everybody, how you doing? Today we are going to talk about why West Coast racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain will fail. So hit that intro and let's go. Also, I have my dog right here. She's really cute.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, let's go now.
So let's start with the obvious and the thing that has been on everybody's mind since this coaster was announced, and that is why?
Why?
Is Six Flags Magic Mountain getting this? Let's recap. In 2013, Six Flags Magic Mountain got Full Throttle, which is, while very short, an incredible launch coaster. Then, in 2015, Magic Mountain got Twisted Colossus, an RMC revamp of the original Colossus that turned the coaster into a racing coaster with 2 tracks. Now, in 2019, Six Flags Magic Mountain is basically taking their last 2 roller coasters and just clumping them into one. It's not needed. It doesn't do anything for the park. Why? It doesn't even go as fast as Full Throttle does. Full Throttle's top speed is 70 miles per hour. Thank you, RCDB. And West Coast Racer's top height is going to be 55 miles per hour. Again, thank you, RCDB. But what does that do for anything? That doesn't do anything. And you can't say that inversions is a thing because I believe Full Throttle has inversions too. Maybe like this one.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
You know? But yeah, I'm not very enthused for this roller coaster, and I am a coaster enthusiast, so if I'm not enthused for a roller coaster, that's kind of a big deal. Also, let's bring this up too, is that West Coast Racers does not look like it's going to have a very intense launch. I know it's from Premier Rides, so you'd think it's going to have a really intense launch, but when I look at the POV, it doesn't even look like it's going to have that good of a launch. Can you... But yeah, it doesn't even look like it's going to have that intense of a launch. Also, it doesn't even look like it's going to race really well. If you look at all the POVs in the announcement video, it looks like one train is always trailing the other, and that's not really a good recipe. I mean, I know Twisted Colossus barely races either. Now, apparently, which is really sad.
All around me are familiar.
So if Six Flags Magic Mountain realizes they made a mistake by adding West Coast Racers, will they remove it? I think they will, and I have a couple of parks that they could relocate this to. So let's go over some parks that could benefit from getting West Coast Racers from Six Flags Magic Mountain. In my opinion, the Six Flags park that needs a new original coaster the most is Great Adventure. And while, yes, technically, this would be another relocation, which with Green Lantern in 2011, that was a relocation. They got the Joker in 2016. They haven't got a new original coaster since El Toro in 2006. And, you know, I think that if this would be probably more welcome because it's not a stand-up coaster being relocated. It's new enough. It's not a clone, so that's the thing. I think people around that area would welcome this coaster very much. Six Flags Great Adventure already does have a launch coaster called Kingda Ka, but it would be nice if they had 2 alternative options for guests visiting the park, because not every park goer is going to be brave enough to tackle the 128 mile per hour coaster that brings you up 456 feet in the air. Not everybody's going to be up for that. And this is a very much softer launch coaster. It seems a little bit more kind of borderline family thrilling launch coaster. So there's that. So yeah, the launch probably won't be very intense, and it probably won't be too much for these people who are hesitant to ride the bigger roller coasters. Another Six Flags park that is in desperate need for a new coaster. Six Flags Over Texas's last original coaster was New Texas Giant in 2011. Since then, they have only gotten Joker in 2016. Six Flags Over Texas's reason to get a new launch coaster is very different. In Six Flags Over Texas' case, it's because Mr. Freeze, their only current launch coaster, is not the most thrilling thing ever.
You need to shut up!
Don't get me wrong, it's a great coaster, but it's a clone. And it could be better. While West Coast Racers is probably just as thrilling as Mr. Freeze, every coaster helps when you need new coasters. Duh. Most of you probably didn't see this coming, but yeah, Darien Lake could use something like West Coast Racers. It probably would be a while since Darien Lake just got Tantrum. Also, there are quite a lot of questions when Six Flags bought Darien Lake, especially along the lines of what they were going to do for the park, and if they do this, it will immediately show everyone that Six Flags actually cares about Darien Lake this time, and would give Darien Lake a pretty decent new roller coaster. So, that is my video on why West Coast Racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain will fail. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell to get notified. I upload new videos every other day, at least I try to. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.